All right, let's see if we're live. Let me check. Haven't done one of these in a while, so you have to excuse me. It's been a while since I did a little mini podcast. And it's just me tonight, that's all. But let me see if I'm live. Hold on. I think I'm live. I think. This course people would be texting now. I think I'm live. Let's see. Hopefully. Let me see if I can find the... don't see it. Let's see. Says I'm streaming. Hold on. Let's check. Think. Hopefully it's live. Come on. Alright, I am live. Alright. What is up, people? Dave's had enough live bitches. I was gonna do a Dave's bitching live, but I have some other things I want to talk about I'm not gonna bitch about. But there is some stuff that I am bitching about tonight. And yes, I do know the Game Awards is on. I'm sorry. I found time to do this now. I just basically want to get some stuff off my chest, and you guys can watch it when it's not live. Or if you want to watch it live and check out the Game Awards at the same time, it don't matter, either one. Something that's been bothering me for the past few days with the whole EA and microtransaction bullshit that's going on, and I have to say, I know some of the things I'm gonna say is gonna upset people, maybe look like I'm damage controlling for UFC 3, but it's just this is really showing the I guess the idiots, I would say, that are gamers. You know, some of them that are just completely fucking stupid and they're mindless fucking drones, like you guys like to say here on YouTube. Like just mindless fucking idiots that just follow the crowd. Now, when you're basically pretty much, have a good argument and a good, you know, basically a good thing to go against EA with their microtransactions, something that makes logical sense. Yes, I do agree with Star Wars Battlefront, how basically, with EA over here losing, and this is from last week, I believe, but this was no, a couple days ago, $3 billion over Battlefront 2 microtransactions, which I have to say, I see where people are coming with that, and I agree. I don't think the whole pay to win motto is good for gaming, and I think it needs to go out the window. But when they just start following the crowd and just, we've seen this before with a lot of things. A company does something bad and then they attack them for everything. One good example, Microsoft. They came out with the DRM and they did a bunch of shit, very obnoxious to gamers and very like snobby and shit, and like saying, "Oh, we're gonna put this in our game or with our system." And to the soldiers they said, "Well, if you don't have internet, go play your 360." That's a fucking thing where you definitely need to take a stand. And I agree, they need to take a stand on microtransactions. But when you are taking a stand and then following like a lynch mob crowd that's going around with anything that EA is doing, and then going after UFC 3, and you got idiots like I believe it's, oh my bad, like this guy right here, RXL 209, good friend of mine, but I have to call him out on this. He's an idiot. He's basically saying that he to basically boycott UFC 3 right here for the pay to win thing, which that has been in the game for a while. The whole Ultimate Team thing with the microtransactions, that's been in there. It's nothing new. It's nothing that they just threw in the game. No, it's just a part of the game that does have microtransactions, and unfortunately, it's there. I don't like it, but it's not the whole game. It's not like, hey, if we're gonna play ranked championships like most people play, and we're going to play with Conor McGregor and Nate Diaz, somebody's going to have an advantage with Conor McGregor, their Conor McGregor, because they did, paid some microtransactions to get a better fighter. No, that's not the case. Everybody's on equal playing grounds pretty much to a degree, unless you're picking an overpowered fucking fighter, like in the situation with UFC 2 with John Jones, where he was just like Superman in light heavyweight division and in the heavyweight division. Same thing with, I would say, Joanna Jacek in her division in the strawweight. She's like, what's she like, 99 or 97? Connor's like, I think, a 99 in the featherweight. I mean, it's just overpowered, ridiculous, and that's something I would like to see them balance it out to where, you don't have like like a division that just has one fighter that overpowers everybody. And then you have the whole thing where people are just going to pick that fighter in ranked division like they did with EA UFC 2 and just basically, pick him and, not pick any other fighters because he's overpowered and just fucking, have a big advantage over people. So, yeah, there's advantages there, but not in microtransactions of the ranked championships. Um, but yeah, the regular modes and everything does not have the whole pay to win motto. But unfortunately, the Ultimate Team does, which has been there forever. Like it's just nothing new. So you have dumbasses that come out with videos. I think I had it up here somewhere that I wanted to talk about. I guess not. It was basically, well, you had Arxel here, and then you had Layman Gaming that came out with a video basically, which we'll bring up right here too. Let's bring it up here. I think it's Layman Gaming, I believe. But these guys made a video, and pretty much, you know, this is a great example of people just blindly going after EA now for, like everything they do. You can definitely see there's a lot of hate here for EA, and they basically followed the trend of, oh, let's hate EA to get views on our channel. Come on, let's just keep it real. That's what it's about. It's like with Microsoft, like I said, okay, they fucked up with DRM, but then everybody found it as like a little trend to hate them, and it really screwed them up. I don't agree with anything with the DRM, but, there was so much hate for Microsoft this generation, and I would say at least more than half of it, or about, I'd say, at least 80% of it was fucking blind hate. And that's like, I'm not defending EA, I'm not really defending them, but I'm just have to call shit out. You obviously see these guys made a video right here. And how I found about these guys, I watched Marshall Mind, which is a great YouTuber, which I will link in the description. Um, he had done a video about these guys with this video, and I was like, oh yeah, I saw a dumbass video too by RXL209. Another guy that doesn't play UFC and knows nothing about it and just heard about it having microtransactions in the Ultimate Team and just said, hey, let's boycott them. No. So I was like, yeah, it sounds very familiar. But you can obviously see on these guys' channel that they definitely are following the trend of, oh, let's hate EA because they fucked up with Battlefront. And in this video right here, you won't believe what EA changed in UFC 3, which Marshall Mind talks about and says and nails it, hits the nail right on the head. You watch these guys show what they're talking about, how they didn't change anything in UFC 3, in their opinion from UFC 2. They just talk about the ring entrances, basically ring entrances, and they show the referee and how he doesn't really look the same, and they claim that he looks worse. But when I actually played the game, it looked a lot better. When you're looking at it on YouTube, it actually did look a little worse. I agree with them on that aspect, but at the same time, they did not go over all the changes that they've done in striking. The whole striking system is brand new in UFC. They scrapped the old one. They got rid of the parries, all that shit. None of the changes of that. They gave you a whole new fucking striking system. They pretty much, in my opinion, made it to where it's really hard to clinch now, so people can't do that clinching bullshit, which I want to get into later on. But I'm just saying, basically, these guys, you can see they clearly know nothing. Like, you watch this video about UFC, and they clearly know nothing about UFC, period. The game or UFC. And they're, and then you look at their channel, and they're basically just following the trends of, oh, let's hate on Destiny 2. Oh, let's hate on EA. Like, let's just do everything. And I guarantee if I scroll back, if these guys been around long enough, I don't even know how long they've been, on YouTube, but I guarantee if they were doing Microsoft videos, you'd see them hating about Microsoft. It wouldn't surprise me at all. But the blind hate is just getting stupid. Yes, I do agree that EA needs to basically fix their shit and stop with the microtransactions like a lot of other companies. I am all for that. I totally agree. But when you look at some of the stupid shit that people really went after, like Shadow of War with their microtransactions, which is terrible, I will say that, but completely disregarding the game. It's a single player game. Oh wow, you have to grind a little bit more. Okay, who cares? It's not like it's affecting you pay to win. That I don't like. And with from what I would understand with Star Wars Battlefront 2, the whole pay to win thing, that's not right, and I'm glad they pretty much. And from what I hear, they're going to remove it possibly completely forever. They were just going to remove it for a little time and then put the microtransactions in later. But now that EA is pretty much losing a lot of money, losing a lot of money, like, due to what the whole backlash of Battlefront 2, and I think it's great that gamers stood up, they're probably just going to remove the microtransactions completely, and that's great. But what I'm getting at is the fucking blind hate. Let's just go hate everything they did. I guarantee you guys this. I can say this right here. And I know a lot of people get mad, but it's a fact. If EA was not here no more, EA Games, EA Sports, all their little divisions that they do in gaming, I guarantee people would fucking miss games like, UFC, Battlefield, Battlefront. Even though they're mad about this one, I'm just saying they'd miss a lot of those games like Need for Speed. We'd never see any of those games no more. That's one thing. Like, I always watch, like, when people go around and blindly hate on a developer for them making a fucking, in this case, it's fucked up. I will say what they did with Star Wars Battlefront, it is fucked up. No, I'm saying that, a company makes a bad move, it's, and people go at all they do, because a lot of these companies just don't do one game. They do a bunch of games. They have a bunch of series that a lot of people like, you know, and it's funny, like, if they hate, some of these gamers, and I don't even really consider them gamers. Like, I do not consider these guys gamers. I'm sorry, I don't. I just think these are guys that are just trend followers. They're the blind link. I call them basically I guess you'd say basically blind drones lynch mob. I don't know. Like, it's just basically blindly hating on something and not knowing much about it, but you're just jumping in the crowd. Just say, oh, fuck them. Yeah, let's make some videos. These guys are seeing money in this. They're saying, oh, let's make a lot of views and stuff. Let's get a lot of traction to our channel. That's what they're seeing. And I'm telling you, clearly watch this video, like Marshall Mine said. And clearly, anybody who watches this whole video, he went over the video, but I watched the whole video. He said, if you want to check out the whole video, check it out in the link. And I watched it, and these guys do not go over anything that EA did. They claim they did not change the game based on, graphics. Just graphics. That's all they based it on. And actually, when you play the game, it looks really good, and you can see a big improvement. I seen it, playing the beta, and the beta, obviously that's a fucking beta too. They're basing on the UFC 2, which looked good anyways. UFC 2 is a beautiful looking game, They're basing UFC 2 to the UFC 3 beta. We have not seen the full actual game, and I guarantee when we get that, it's going to be a great game, a great experience. Sucks for Battlefront 2 fans, how what they did with that game, and that's not right, and I'm guarantee they learned from this lesson. But I'm never for microtransactions. Like I said on my live stream last night, the only microtransaction that I have ever bought in my life was Pokemon Go, because I didn't want to drive to some Pokestops. I just wanted to play it at my house. And it's funny. You know what I don't care about that is because that is a free to play game. I don't care giving the fucking free to play people a little bit of money if like something like Pokemon Go. It does not bother me at all. But I've never bought any other microtransactions in my life. I've been playing Shadow of War. It's a great game. My brother finished it and did not spend one dime on microtransactions and had a blast. And I have a good feeling that will be my game of the year. It's up against Evil Within 2 right now. I'm diving into Evil Within 2, and it's really good. I have to say, I have to agree with Ozzy on that. I was, the whole thing with Wolfenstein, well, that's a whole other conversation. We'll save that for the end. But right now, EA UFC 3, I think it's going to be a great game. I do agree with a lot with people, the people that actually play games. I'm talking to the people that actually fucking play Star Wars Battlefront 2. I can understand them totally being upset with EA and everything, totally. But this like blind crowd that just hates on people to hate and just going after every bit of the company, that don't make sense to me. And that to me, it does make sense in a way because you're looking at a bunch of fucking idiots that don't play games that just look, oh, let's follow a trend. Let's hate on this. Let's hate on everything they do. No, I don't agree with that. I'm sorry. If they're doing right in other areas, sorry. I don't agree. If they're doing wrong, I agree with that. But in all reality, microtransactions, in my opinion, need to go the fuck away. They do. I can understand them. The only time I can understand them is like a free to play game. A game that you paid nothing for. But if you paid $60 for a game, yeah, I think they don't need to be in that game. I honestly, strongly agree with them not being in a $60 game. But yeah, this is something I've been wanting to talk about. I'm just watching this fucking idiots lately. Like people just saying, "Oh fuck EA, fuck everything they do." No, I mean that's fucking dumb. That is really fucking stupid. You know, I mean, if you were a fucking gaming developer, let's just think of this. Like, put yourself in the gaming developer's shoes. You see ways to make money, and they tried it, and they got fucking backlash for it. They're not gonna do it again, probably. I mean, will they do it again and sneak it another way? I wouldn't be surprised if they do. But with this big of a backlash and as losing, pretty much this type of money right here, in stock value, I highly doubt they'll do that with Star Wars Battlefront. I think that series won't be seeing microtransactions again. But UFC 3, the one thing that they do have the microtransactions in is the Ultimate Team. That's not even. And I'm not. For the people that play Ultimate Team, that does suck. That does suck. But most people I play with, we play ranked championships. And we have a blast. Or if you're playing like online quick match, that none of that involves fucking microtransactions. And like I said, you have idiots like RXL209 and these layman gaming just jumping into the crowd, the angry blind fucking blindless drone lynch mobs running around and fucking, I hate this, I hate that. They don't even know what they hate. They just hate anything. They're just going with what they hate. They have nothing, know nothing about the game that they're talking about with the microtransactions like UFC 3. They're just gonna hate it because they heard all the shit with Star Wars. But I don't know. I just want to see if anybody in the live chat agrees with me. I want to do this as a live conversation because it was really I thought it was fucking stupid. I really did. Like a lot of stuff I see in this gaming community is just fucking dumb. Like, I watched the whole thing with Microsoft, and Microsoft made, like I said, made a big mistake with DRM, but the whole generation, anything they fucking do is under a microscope. Like, and most of the time it's negative feedback. Now that they made you the world's most powerful console, because that's all what you guys like anymore. You like power and pixels. That's all you give a fuck about. Fuck the games. Let's just get a powerful game. And, a powerful console that can have the best graphics. Fuck the gameplay. Who gives a fuck? Let's just get these pretty looking movies. You might as well just watch fucking movies, I think, at this point. You might as well just pop a fucking 4K Blu-ray in and watch that motherfucker. Watch some Spider-Man Homecoming or the latest Star Wars that's on fucking 4K. Just watch that shit, enjoy that, because that's basically what a lot of you guys are looking for. I don't think you're looking for good gameplay at all. I just think you want boring ass fucking games with great looking graphics like Killzone, Shadowfall 4. That's what I think, in my opinion. That's what I'm seeing. But lately it's just I don't know. It's just this generation. It seems like so much hate, in gaming. Period. Like nobody's having fun. You got one of the best years for gaming, in my opinion, right here. You have a lot of good games. Resident Evil 7. Fucking the new Call of Duty World War II. They fucking the Sledgehammer listened and gave you boots on the ground, and it's a fucking fun game. Like I was like, man, I was playing that. Me and my brother picked it up. We went in on it digital, and man, I am having a blast on it. And I'm playing it on the Xbox One, and I love it. It's a fucking great game. Anybody that like me almost didn't get it because you were so fucking tired of the whole thing with Call of Duty and them jumping around and shit, I'm telling you, get Call of Duty World War II. It's a great investment. It's a good game. You know, all the maps are fun. I like all the maps. The only thing I did not play, the things I didn't play yet was the campaign, which I've heard great things about from Old Dirty. And I did not play the Nazi zombie thing. I played just straight up multiplayer. I've been playing war mode, and I've been playing team deathmatch, and I've been having a fucking blast. I really think they did a great job. So you got games like that. You got fucking, like I said, Resident Evil 7. You got Evil Within 2. From what I played of it, it's a pretty great game. What I hear from everybody that have finished the game, great game. Wolfenstein 2, I've heard people like it and people not like it. You know, I mean, I heard it gets a little like Ozzy was saying, and I watched a couple videos last night after they told me like quirky humor. But I heard it has some of the most badass gameplay you'll ever want the first half of the game, and then it gets funny. Oh well, you know. Okay, it doesn't mean it's terrible, you know, but it's a decent fucking game, you know. I mean, I've had fun this year. You had Zelda Breath of the Wild, you had fucking Arms, you had Splatoon 2, you had Super Mario Odyssey. You know, even though that isn't my favorite Mario game of all time, it was a good Mario game. Same thing with Zelda. It's not my favorite Zelda of all time, but it was a good Zelda game, you know. I mean, you got great exclusives from the Switch, great third-party games. I mean, you got, you know, I don't know. I mean, I thought it was a pretty good year. I thought it was the best year of the generation, you know, in my opinion, especially with the Switch. But you just still can't get everybody happy, you know. And like I said, let me say this again before I get a lot of hate. Do I think microtransactions are bad? Yes, I do. But you got to know what the fuck you're talking about, especially on this UFC, you know, 3 situation. And I'm not a lot of people say, oh, Dave's damage controlling. No, I'm not damage controlling. They already fucking had that shit in the last game and nobody said nothing. Because everybody mostly plays ranked championships, you know? But I did want to address this EA situation and see what you guys thought. What is up, Vortex of Abstinence? The game, he says the Game Awards is on in a bit. Yeah, man, I just wanted to get this off my chest. I wanted to talk about it. I tried to do it in a video the other night. I didn't like how the video came out. And I said, fuck it, let me just do it live. I get like that sometimes. Sometimes I get like where I want my video perfect of what message I want to send, and I'll do the video fucking 9 times or something. Sometimes I did it. I think the most I ever did a video was fucking 20 times. I just kept doing it over. I wasn't happy with it. And when I do them live, I'm actually more happy with it. I don't know. I guess because I have to accept it because it's there. I don't know. But yeah, I know about the Video Games Awards. Actually, I did know about the Video Game Awards. I forgot about it, and I did set up this live stream. But I'm just gonna watch like what's the game of the year and stuff like that, and the replay of videos from like, you know, whoever puts it out, IGN or GameSpot. You know, they replay clips of all the important shit. I might watch it live. I don't know. I'm probably missing it right now, but I wanted to talk about some things. You guys can, if you want to watch the Game Awards or watch this later, I'll be just addressing stuff here. Frozen Magma says the Game Awards start at 9. Santa Fe, what's up, buddy? How's it going? He says, yo, Dave, I am very much. I don't know what that means, but I'm glad you are. Shout out to you, buddy. He says, I'm starting to get very strong. Oh, okay. I'm getting strong. That's what you mean. Okay, with The Witcher 3. He says, I'm a level 31. I'm glad you're enjoying The Witcher. It sounds like really good where you're at in the game. I got pretty far in that game. I have not finished it yet. I got all the DLC to The Witcher. I'm planning to one day finish it. But I have not got there yet. My goal is, like I said, this month I want to beat The Evil Within 2. I want to have that done. I want to have Shadow of War done, and I want to have Wolfenstein 2, the Colossus, or whatever the hell they call it. The new Colossus or whatever. I want to have that done by the end of the month so I can pick my game of the year. I do like Horizon, though, and I don't think I'll have that done. But, I mean, I like Horizon. I do think Horizon's better than Zelda, but from what I'm playing, I don't feel it being my game of the year. But that could change if I do get to it. We got to see. But I want these 3 out of the way. You know, because Evil Within is really important to me. It's one of my favorite franchises this generation, especially with the first one that's just so great. You know, and this new one, they improved so much. And Wolfenstein, I love the New Order, you know. Never got to play the DLC, but a little bit because people were complaining on my live stream because I was playing on a hard difficulty, and I never went back to it because I got sidetracked. But I plan on playing that eventually, too. But I want to get the new one out of the way. Play the old one, but just not the DLC. And the old one was great. I love the old one. The old one was like I don't know, a lot of people miss that game. Like just slept on it. It was such a great game. And Shadow of Mordor is one of my games that are up there too. And Shadow of War, I have to say, they take that to a whole new level, guys. I was talking to Ozzy Gamer at 2 nights ago on one of my live streams, and he says he hates, he's not a big, he didn't say he hated, but he says not a big fan of Lord of the Rings. But I'm just saying, I'm not saying this just to get you to get the game or anybody to just get the game. I'm just trying to help him out. If you think just because you don't like Lord of the Rings to pass on that game, that's fucking crazy, because that game has its own story and it don't even really, it feels like Lord of the Rings and it don't. If I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just to me. But I'm just telling you, the nemesis system in that, how you fight like different villains and stuff and ogres or whatever, and they basically if they die or you wound one and he comes back, or he kills you and goes up in rank, it's incredible. Like, and they took this new one to the whole other level. Like, you feel like you're in actual war in this new game. Like the last one, you had a big war scene at the end, but it was like peanuts compared to this. Like, you have to take over warlords. Like, it is badass. You choose your captains. You have backup. I'm telling you guys, do not pass on Shadow of War. I'm telling you. And you don't even have to play the first one, because it backs you right up on the story of the first one. It fills you right in. I'm telling you, do not pass up on Shadow of War. And I'm telling you, Ozzy, I know what games you like and stuff. I'm telling you, you would like Shadow of War. I promise you that. And it's a long game, and you have a lot of game. You like you like all of your bang for your buck. You're getting a good bang for your buck, and it's a long game, and you can do the Shadow Wars, and it even has an online aspect too. Yes, it does have the loot boxes in the single player game, but that don't fucking matter, because you're just gonna have to grind a little bit more. That's it. So you get more gameplay. You get more length out of your game. That's the way I looked at it. It's not like it's affecting me on pay to win. I'm not playing anybody but myself. You know what I'm saying? Or the computer. I'm playing the computer. But it's a really good game, and I'm pretty strongly feeling that that's gonna be my game of the year. um, but I don't know. Evil Within 2 could change that. But yeah. Just a great year for gaming, guys. Great year for gaming. But Ozzy says you going to watch the man. Everybody wants me to watch the video game awards. I will probably watch it later. I got something I got to do tonight. I want to play RXL 2 tonight in Mortal Kombat. We have a little we have some challenges going on, and right now yeah, right now it's Mortal Kombat X, Street Fighter. I think we might be doing Street Fighter 2 again, but I know it's Mortal Kombat X. It's UFC 2 and 3. I think we're gonna wait till 3. I don't know. RXL wants to train. I'm giving him time to train. He's getting a training camp. I think he's got he said Hoist Gracie training him. I think, and he might have George St. Pierre in on that training camp, so he'll be ready for me probably in about, I think he said like 3 months, 6 months. No, probably I think if you give him a couple weeks, give him like 2 weeks to train. But whenever he says he's ready, as long as it's like at least in the next month, I'll give him a month. If you want, I'll give him up to a month of training. Whenever he feels he's ready, we'll do that. Because I have a lot of, I've been playing the game. That's one of the games I play constantly, and I do have an advantage over him on that. But he was challenging me in a way, so whatever. But we hopefully will play Mortal Kombat sometime tonight. I gotta go somewhere. I do have to do something. But we got Street Fighter on the table, Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat, and he said he wanted me to challenge me to Madden, because I asked him, I said, pick a game of your choice. I don't care, whatever it is. And I said, as long as we can like share play it with share play on the PS4, I'll play him as a Madden. I used to play Madden back in 1999. That was the last time I played Madden, 2000. So it's been about, what, 17 years? Close to 18 years. But hey, Dave don't back down from a fucking challenge. That's one thing I have to respect about RXL, other than being a great friend here on YouTube. He takes challenges, and I take his challenges. Many people do not take a challenge here on YouTube. It's fucking ridiculous. I ran across a lot of pussies here on YouTube. I mean, I just have to say, I'm just keeping it real. And they know who they are. But yeah, pretty much, other than that, I want to go over. I do want to talk about how Sony now pretty much cannot ignore the Switch. They got to take them as, competitors. Remember back a while ago, who was it? Somebody said, oh, we don't consider Nintendo competition. Well, now with the fucking Switch, you do. Because the Switch is fucking selling like hotcakes. It's the MPD champion. It's reigned supreme 5 times now, champion since it's been out. The Switch is really doing good. They pretty much have it placed to be pretty much. I think it's. I think it's basically like with the Wii. They say it's going to either beat the Wii or on point with the Wii. But the Nintendo Switch has been a tremendous success so far, becoming Nintendo's fastest selling system of all time on the back of an incredible lineup of games. But so far, its success has not come at the expense of the PS4. The PS4 has continued to have its best year ever this year, even as the Switch has sold millions and millions of units. So you have to give it to PS4; it's still selling good, but there's a new kid on the block, and it's called the Switch, and it's time to move the fuck over. But it seems like Sony has finally awoken to the threat that the Switch and its success could imply. Speaking to blah 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 blah, Sony's blah 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 blah. Sony's head of corporate planning said that the Switch is a factor that they can no longer ignore with regards to their gaming business. It says that our gaming business sales of the PlayStation 4 are strong heading into the holidays, he said, but we can't ignore the Nintendo Switch, which has also captured consumers' attention. Our business model involves selling both the game consoles and the software for it. So we're working to get more consumers paying continuously for content, for example, through paid subscription services. So pretty much it says what this means is unclear. At the very least, it is now apparent that Sony acknowledges the Nintendo Switch as a legitimate competitor in the market, and they will work to counter it. Whether they do it by pulling out and evaluate product evaluate product, unlikely doubling own on their subscription-based services to keep users in their ecosystem, likely and even extend those services to Nintendo's base to expand their earnings. Highly unlikely, hugely unlikely. It is clear the Switch is something they will factor in all their considerations regarding their gaming business going forward. So now that the Sony brand understands Sony that Nintendo is competition, they're not going to take them lightly. Basically, it's no longer like, hey, oh, you're over there with the kitty product. No, they're getting third party. They got great AAA games. They made an impact this generation. Like they are here to fucking make a mark. And basically, I would say this is, in my opinion, I say the Nintendo Switch, if it keeps selling the way it is, I think, in my opinion, it's gonna outsell the Wii. I do. I think Nintendo with the Switch has made a great product. They're very smart. At first, when I heard about it, the handheld slash console slash handheld, I was unsure, especially coming off of the Wii U. But like I think it was like Frozen said, you got, not only do you got, the console market, but they got the handheld market. We were talking a while ago. This is a long, long, long ago conversation before the Switch even came out. I think it was Frozen. But basically, how he was talking, how the Switch, got both markets on lock, and basically, I think it was Frozen how he said they could fall back on the handheld market if it doesn't work so much for what they're doing with the whole docking thing and everything with the home console. But it seems to be doing great in both situations, and a lot of people like RXL, and I have to give him hell. He's a good friend of mine, but he likes to do a lot of Nintendo hate videos. One thing people don't consider, with the whole shit that's going on with Xenoblade right now and how it's running bad, I don't know if it's docked or whatever, but, I've talked to people like Frozen that have played the game, and it runs pretty damn good to them, and they say it's one of the best looking games they've seen in a while. And, people that don't understand, or I just don't think they want to understand and get it in their head that the Switch is a handheld too, and you're taking these third-party games like NBA 2K18, FIFA, 18 or whatever it is, whatever number they're on. I think it's FIFA, called FIFA 18. I don't play FIFA, but the newest FIFA, NBA 2K18, games like Doom, whether it came out a year ago, it's still considered a pretty graphically demanding game in a way, like it's Doom. And it's in this generation, it's new. I mean, I know they do LA Noir, but the other consoles did LA Noir, and that's old, but they're giving you these games on the go. Like, these games are actually a game that you can literally go anywhere and play it while you're walking down the street, like I said, on a bus, a plane. So I would like to see Sony do that. I would like to see Sony, basically, do a handheld for that price, console/handheld for that price, and get those games on a handheld like that, where you can take them on the go and have them in your hand. I'm just saying, and play it anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's impressive, and that's why it takes a hit on, some of the frame rates and stuff like that and resolution. And it's not as strong. That console is not as strong as the PS4 Pro, Xbox One X by any means. It's more near the PS4 and Xbox One's level. I'd say more near the Xbox One, the OG Xbox One. But still, they're giving you games like Doom on the go. The new Wolfenstein 2 is going to be on the go. You have fucking games like FIFA 18, like NBA 2K18 on the go. LA Noir. I mean, even if you want to say it's an old game, it came out on all the consoles. It's a remaster. And in my opinion, you're getting the definitive edition because it's on the go of all those games. And it's funny, like, all these fucking people bitch forever, like with the Wii U, and third party, it's not on the Nintendo console, it's blah blah blah, going on forever. Now that you're getting Rockstar now with fucking LA Noir, and if that does good, you're gonna get a lot more games from Rockstar. Basically it's in its test phase. Like, the test did very good with Capcom, with Street Fighter 2, sold very well. It definitely met their expectations and more. And Capcom's bringing more games, like they brought Resident Evil Revelation. Sorry, guys, I'm a little rusty on this. I haven't done a podcast in a while. But you got Resident Evil Revelations. They're bringing more games, Capcom. And that's going to be the same thing with Bethesda if their games do well. You got Skyrim on the go. I don't give a fuck if it's a game from last generation. That's a pretty decent sized game, good looking game on the fucking go, and a lot of people like that game. And they're gonna probably bring out Fallout 4 and other games that they got coming out. It's just, the possibilities are endless. I don't expect the Nintendo Switch to get all third party, but I do expect them to get more third party, a lot more third party than they've been getting, especially with the Wii U. I think it's going to be a big, huge difference from what we've seen with the Wii U. And I think even, I think they're going to get more than the Wii. I do. Though a lot of people say the Wii had a lot of shovelware, but I think you're going to see uh, more AAA third party on the Switch than we've probably seen in a long time. I'm saying, talking about like Super Nintendo days, like around something like similar to that, in my opinion. Maybe a little less, but I think we're gonna see a big difference. But yeah, I just don't care for all the hate for like the Switch. It's like, oh, let's hate on the Switch. It's doing well. Um, but I don't know. That's just me. I know a lot of people just hate on the Switch, just to hate on it because it's the thing to do, like with the EA and the whole microtransactions, which needs to be hated on. I know with the whole thing with Battlefront, but not every game that they're doing. It's just like hate everything. It's like Nintendo. Oh, they're doing good now. Let's just hate on them because we don't want to see them do good. I think a lot of people that bitched about Nintendo having this and needing third party and asking for this, they don't really want that. They're just complaining about things Nintendo don't have to make them look bad. And when they do get them, then they complain about other things, or the third party situation. They get third party now they're gonna count fucking pixels and pick at frame rate. I mean, it's just fucking retarded. I'm sorry. I mean, I just have to say it's fucking stupid if you ask me. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that, and I wanted to say that I seen Outlast is coming to the Nintendo Switch. Outlast coming to the Switch, and Outlast 3 confirmed. So I don't know. I know if Outlast 3 has been confirmed, and Outlast franchise is coming to the Nintendo Switch early next year. So hopefully they should be getting Outlast 3 too. It's probably just a test with Outlast 1 in the DLC, but I could see Outlast 3 being for sure coming to the Nintendo Switch. So that's fucking great news. That's another thing. They're getting, like I said, they're getting third party, and they got a lot of fucking indie stuff. Like, I know a lot of you guys like indies, and you can't sit here and say you don't, because I saw all these fucking people defending PlayStation when they get all their fucking indies. So, you got the Switch with not only just AAA third party, but they got indies too, which they call Nintendies. But yeah, Nintendo's doing very well. Can't say the same thing for EA right now, but Nintendo is doing very well, and that's basically one thing I did want to talk about. Other than that, just a quick live stream of just this whole thing that's going on with EA. I wanted to mention this. And Frozen says Sony just announced they sold 70 million sold. That's crazy. Well, the Switch, they just announced that it's at 8 to 10 million, possibly, in the fucking first year. So that's fucking crazy, too. So congratulations to Sony, and congratulations to Nintendo. Yeah, no, it's pretty impressive, 70 million. I do have to say, I have to take my hats off if I had one to fucking Sony. That's pretty good. But the Switch 2, they claimed after Black Friday and everything, it's at like anywhere from 7 to 10 million, or 8 to 10 million or something. I don't know. I'm sure the numbers will come in. We'll see. But the Switch has done fucking phenomenal in its first year. And I believe Poppy was one of the ones that said that the Switch would sell. I think he said 10 million in its first or second year. I'll have to ask him again, but he's on the money if he said the first year, because I think I could see 10 million in the first year for the Switch. Um, but what's up, Poppy? How's it going? What's up? He says, Vortex of Absence says, hey guys, I'm back because I couldn't handle watching the Game Awards. Is it that bad, Vortex of Abstinence? And thank you for all the support lately, man, Vortex of Abstinence. I really do appreciate it. I know my live streams have dropped down a lot, not to the... I mean, I don't know. My live streams used to be a little bit more people than there was, but it's getting back to how it was because I'm starting to do them again. Guys, I've been doing YouTube for a long time now, and I'm kind of like, what am I going on, my 5th year? And I can't believe saying that. It's been a while, and, you get a little burnt out of doing it, man. I just don't... I used to, and I'm getting it back. I will say that I'm getting it back to where I want to do, YouTube more. But for a while there, guys, I just lost my drive. It's not only just the troll shit that went on. It was just me in general. Before all that shit even happened, I was losing a drive for YouTube, and I think I told Frozen and Dirty and a lot of people that I was just losing the whole drive to do YouTube, and it's kind of coming back, but I like to do my live streams. I was doing a lot of live streams, and I just had to take a break from that, but I'm back to doing them again. Want to start maybe doing a live show. I have something in the works with my buddy Sean L. He wants to do a podcast where we're going to try to get it tonight, but he never messaged back, but he wants to do one very soon. Sean L., a lot of you guys know him from the whole thing with Gamer Nate. He made those crazy Gamer Nate videos with like Black Bond, sucking his cock and running down the road. I don't know if any of you seen it, but he does like South Park type animation videos. Like him and his buddy work on the craziest videos, and he came up with a character about Nate. It's called I can't remember the name, but he has like a name for Nate, and it's fucking hilarious. It was like a transvestite name, and he had Nate being an intern at Review Tech US, or his channel is a critical, or what is it? A Critical Tech USA or something. I forgot the name of his channel that he used a lot, but it's Sean L. You guys know him from the whole Lawrence thing and everything back in the day, but he's a funny dude. Oh, Poppy 2K says that Xenoblade 2 is amazing. Yeah, Xenoblade 2 looks really good. Um, there's a lot of hate with it right now. What is it? Is it? I didn't look too much into that, but was it the docked mode everybody's bitching about, or is it the hand? I think it's the handheld mode. I don't. Which one is it? I didn't even look into it because I didn't really want to look on anything in that game till I get a chance to play it. I don't want to ruin anything about it. I saw that one Nintendo Direct about, I don't know, it's about a, what is it, about a month ago, and that's good enough. You watch it too many different things about games, you ruin the game after a while. Yeah, that's why this guy can't look at everything. But people were complaining about the Xenoblade not running so well, But I mean, come on, guys, look at the size of the game, and you're gonna take that on the go. I mean, you're gonna have some frame rate drops. I don't care who, what developer's doing it. It's gonna not. It's a humongous game. Hundreds of hours of gameplay, big open world. I mean, come on. Mm. But yeah, people cry so much on YouTube. It's fucking nuts. And but yes, guys do cry. What do you say? I was crying like a baby not too long ago. Oh, what was going on? Vortex of absence. He's a trip. But yeah, any other things you guys want me to talk about? I think I covered everything I wanted to talk about. I want to know a little bit more about the whole Xenoblade thing before. I didn't really look too much into that, but I know they were bitching about Xenoblade. Something, I think it's either in dock mode or when it's undocked, the frame rate's not the greatest. I'm sure it's like when it's, in handheld mode. I can't remember exactly. I heard people talking about it, but it's so much fucking hate. You just fucking forget it after a while. Like I just watched a video from RXL on NBA, or not NBA, WWE 2K18, and he was saying that how like people are mad about how the frame rate's so slow. It's the slow motion version. No, it's the definitive version. It's the on the go version. You know, I mean, I don't know. Now that they get WWE 2K, and they get games like NBA 2K18, I didn't see too much hate for NBA 2K18. I'm just saying you're getting third party games that people wanted, and now all of a sudden they got to hate on it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what these consumers want. I don't understand it. Dave, I called it. Switch will be 10 million before the year. Okay, it was 10 million before this year. That's what I thought it was. I wasn't sure. I didn't sure if you said the first year or the second year. I couldn't remember, but I do remember you saying that. I just wasn't sure, but I know you said it, that you mentioned it, and I have to give you credit on that. I think it'll be 10 million too, from what I'm seeing. I think they'll get the 10 million. Because right now I think they're saying it's anywhere from 7 to 10 million, I believe, right now. So we'll see. It's probably gonna exceed that. Of course they will patch it. They did it with Zelda Breath of the Wild. Oh yeah, and there's gonna be a patch. He'll fix it. Like people are just, it's not like Sony or Microsoft puts out games that they have to patch a fucking million times. At least Nintendo only patches it maybe once or twice. Sony's like sending fucking patches left and right, and all these other developers like, come on. I mean, it's just crazy the stupid shit. Um, Vortex of Absence says, yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is a magnificent masterpiece, regardless of the frame rate or graphics. Those people care, but hurt and what is it? Hurt and could be. I think it's crazy. Um, but yeah, I don't know. People just bitch about just the bitch lately. It's all it is. Like I was saying earlier, these guys lame in gaming right here. You could see that they just follow the trend of bitching about stuff. Bitch, 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 bitch. I mean, I guarantee, like I said, you look back on their fucking channel if they've been around. I don't even know how long they've been. I just seen this video from Marshall Mind, the one he was talking about. This one right here. I guarantee these guys, you know, if they had their channel around the time Microsoft was doing really bad, they'd be bitching about them. You see a ton of Microsoft videos. It's ridiculous. Um, but yeah, pretty much EA, they're in the shitter right now, but I don't, you can't just hate on them for every fucking game they do. EA UFC 3 is and that's what I'm talking about. EA UFC 3. Other than the fucking bullshit controversy that's gone, the beta. the beta was incredible once I got used to it. At first, I was like, okay, I'm not too sure, but I'm keeping it real. I'm an honest person. When I first saw gameplay of EA UFC 3, before I played the beta, I even said in Discord to Resurrection, I said it to TBG, Poppy, Frozen, and whoever else is in that Discord that, is in there, which basically is just us. Hydro used to be in there till he got upset with everybody and me. But I told them in there, I said, man, this looks awful. I said it right there. I said, this looks terrible. I was like, what the fuck is this? I said, this looks worse than the last game. So I understand layman gaming on that aspect. But when you play the game and you see it like for what it is, like right on your screen, it looks beautiful. It looks a lot better. And the reason why the animation does need work, but the reason why the animation throws people off that played UFC 2 is because the new striking system and the new body movement. So it's a lot. That's what's throwing people off. But once you start playing it and get a feel from it, get a feel for it, and the new striking system, man, what an improvement. I like that now that they do not have it to where people can always grab you in the clinch. Because if you go for the clinch and you're not aware that you're going to get your head fucking knocked off, and you do it you have to do it at the right timing, you're going to pay for it in this one. That's what I like. So they made it where the clinch isn't so much of a cheap little spammy thing you can do like procrastination. Um, and the funny thing with the whole thing is like before the beta came out and we played it, Procrastination sent me a message saying, "Oh, they removed the parry. You're screwed. Ha 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 ha." He's like saying, "Oh, you're fucked." No, it was the other way around. And if you see my live streams, you could see he was screwed. I don't use the parry as much as him. And the parry was basically that shit where you block and you press square or triangle or the bottom or the X in the circle, and you can fucking block people's. It's basically like the counter thing. That's any parries. They completely removed that from the game, and that's something that really affected procrastination. And at first, procrastination, he didn't when he was playing it, he was all pissed. He about broke his PlayStation because he was so losing so bad when he played the beta. But then he got a hang of the game, got a feel for it. I gave him some coaching from Dave, and he got a feel for it, and he ended up loving it. He says, "Wow, this is even more fun than the last one," and it is. The ground game is the same, but they did put in some more ways to get out of certain transitions, which was needed. So the ground game for newer people coming to UFC 3, I'm gonna give you newer people joining the bandwagon that has not played UFC 2 or UFC 1 or any of the UFCs, but basically UFC. Not THQ's version. I'm talking UFC EA. If you have not played EA UFC 1, EA UFC 2, and especially with UFC 2, you don't know anything about the ground game in it, learn the ground game, guys. Don't just stand on your feet and swing. Get a hold of the ground game, learn transition blocks, learn that stuff, because that's going to be where people are going to get your ass if they know that you cannot do the ground. They're going to take you to the ground every time and fucking submit you. So at least know enough on the ground. At least learn something on the ground. At least know enough to get out of it and stay standing, and then bring your fight standing. Because if they get you to the ground, you're going to be destroyed if you have no clue what to do on the ground. You have to learn the ground game. I know a lot of people just want to get on there that are new to the game and just stand and bang, and that's fun. And me and Procrastination do it all the time. But, like, I know enough on the ground if I have to go to the ground to get, pretty much somebody into submission that's not, equal to me on the ground and what they know and what I know. But I mean, I'm pretty damn good standing, but as long as I keep the fight standing and know enough what I know on the ground, and I'm going to improve a lot more. I have to improve my ground game a lot more in this one. I was going to do it with the UFC 2, but I was like, fuck it. I'm going to wait till UFC 3 to improve even more and get better on the ground. So once I get my ground game good, my stand-up's fucking phenomenal. And especially in the new one, I'm pretty good in the new one, and it's fun. And I love that they did the whole thing with the clinch. That the clinch isn't so much there where you can spam it. But EA UFC 3 beta was phenomenal. Day one purchase for Dave. I know a lot of you guys say, "Oh, it's just UFC." You're going, no, the game's fucking good. And yes, I'm a big UFC fan, but I am so happy with what they did with this game, and I love it. And I think next year will be my game of the year. I mean, I could already tell you it'll be my game of the year without even playing anything from next year, but that. Without just playing the bait, I can tell you it's already gonna be it because I think they're gonna have like a good like career like type of like, career mode where you fucking they're gonna have shit talking in it and everything. So I think there's a, I'm just thinking, not thinking the word of it, but basically just call it career mode. The career part of the game, you're gonna probably be like you're in UFC and go to press conferences and make decisions if you're gonna talk shit or not, or be nice as a fighter or be a shit talker. I think they're gonna do a lot with that. I just have a feeling from what I've seen from the trailer and stuff. But the game itself is definitely a huge improvement in the striking area and on the ground where they gave you different options to do stuff, and the clinch is not so much there. Like from what I seen, from what I experienced on the fights, it's the clinch isn't like it was in UFC 2, where people could just always put you in the clinch, you know. And the thing with UFC, over the time it's out, they do so many improvements to the game. Like they will have an $80 version, but you're probably gonna pay for like hidden like special fighters like Mike Tyson. I'm assuming this one's gonna be like Floyd Mayweather or something, or Bruce Lee. But all the fighters after that are always updated free. Like EA supports this game. They do a great job on supporting it, and they listen to the fucking fans, like Marshall Mine said, with the striking system and everything. I think the only other thing is like I think it was him that said too, the stamina. The stamina, like if somebody hits you and you're like, I hit somebody and they're fucking dazed and they're fucked up. Yes, you could hit somebody in a real fight and daze them, but it happens so much in this, it's incredible. Like I don't know, the stamina needs some work in this one, but that'll all be over time, and it's still got what, like close to a little bit less than 2 months before it comes out, so you still got time. It was the beta. They're gonna fix stuff. The game will be different when it comes out, but they'll have the new striking system, everything. So it'd be the game. One thing about EA UFC, you know, 2, and from what I played, a 1 over the time it was out. Now I got 6 months the first one with the first one after it came out, so I didn't see all the changes it did from when it came out. But I heard that game was a mess day one, and over 6 months it got changed. So I got it right when it was good. But I played all the other ones undisputed. I've always played UFC games, but from what I played of all the EA ones, from when I got them, they got the first one 6 months after, and got the EA UFC 2 day one. They've always been good games. They have their problems just like every game. No game's perfect. Um, but every game has problems, but it's a pretty solid game from EA. But I don't know, guys. What's Frozen Mag? What's up? Poppy's in the chat still. Everybody, Vortex of Absence. Shout out to you guys again. Frozen Magma. Yeah, I just wanted to do a quick little live stream, just talk about some stuff real quick, and just basically talk about the whole EA thing. That's basically what I'm talking about. I plan on doing podcasts in the near future. I got one working on with Sean L right now. Uh, look forward to more of these. I'm just a little rusty. Give me a break, you know. But thank you guys. I'll be on tonight, probably playing RXL and Mortal Kombat. I got to run somewhere for a little bit, but I'm probably gonna play RXL and Mortal Kombat. We have a challenge going on, and I'll probably play some Evil Within 2 later on. So I'll be gaming most of the night tonight, and I'm gonna watch some shows too. I got Empire to watch, so it'll be later on tonight. But yeah, I'll check out a little bit of the Video Game Awards. Thank you guys for watching. My loyal fans, Frozen, Vortex of Abstinence, Pumpkinhead's not here, but I got some loyal, like, legit gamer and all them. They're not here. They're probably, I understand people are watching the Video Game Awards. Totally understandable. But I just want to get this out of the way. Shout out to Poppy2K. Shout out to Aussie Gamer. Like I said, Santa Fe. Shout out to you, Vortex of Abstinence. And Frozen Magma. Later, guys. Have a good time. I hope my game... Oh, let me just throw my Game of Year prediction. I think it's going to be Zelda. I do think it's going to be Zelda. And if it's not Zelda, I think PlayerUnknown Battleground. I don't think Mario is going to get Game of the Year. I don't. I think it's going to be Zelda. And if Zelda don't get it, I'd say PlayerUnknown Battleground. That's the one I'm picking. That's my... I know it's like 2 picks, but that's what I see happening. If Zelda don't get it, PlayerUnknown Battleground gets it. That's the 2 I could see winning it. But that's my prediction for Game of the Year for the Video Game Awards. And until next time, thank you guys for all the support. Anybody watching this after the live stream, thank you for your support. I know a lot of guys will, and girls, watch it after. It's probably not live, but I understand that with the Video Game Awards, like I said. And look forward to more live streams, both the like whatever you want to call this, live stream podcasts, live stream gaming, and videos. All right, guys. And this is just, I have to say, this is more convenient of a video. It's a lot more easier. Just hit live. It goes straight to YouTube instead of having to upload it and everything. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like this. So I can understand why Jay Centuries used to do that a lot. And I see a lot of people doing it now, but I don't know. Sometimes I like to make a video. Sometimes I've done live streams like this a bunch of times too, but it's just more convenient. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. More videos to come and live streams. Later, YouTube. Oops.